Can games teach us how to be happy? It's a weird question, right? Games are supposed to be entertainment, so their whole purpose is to make us happier. But the more I think about it, the more I realize that the way we play games isn't so different from the way we live our lives. Modern society is very focused on achievement, on reaching the end of the road, the final goal. How much money you've made, what job you have, whether you own a house, have a family, or a girlfriend. If you're popular. Nobody really cares about the process or how you got there. Lately, I was sitting and playing Skyrim, again, and normally I might be doing side content, clearing dungeons or caves, something like that, but this time, I caught myself just staring at the waterfall right next to a house. I stood there for a while, like a really good while, trying to figure out what I wanted to do next, but no real thoughts came to mind. In that moment of silence, I think I realized something. Maybe it's just me, but we often tie our good time or our happy time or our enjoyable time to something we plan on getting in the future. Like saying I'll start enjoying Diablo 4 right after I hit level 100, and then once I get the legendaries, and then once I get another legendary with the perfect stats. But by then, you've played the game for thousands of hours and you're so sick of it, you feel like puking. And you're not even going to enjoy those shiny legendaries you worked so hard for. Isn't that exactly what's happening to us in life sometimes? We tell ourselves we'll be happy once we get that promotion, once we buy a house or a car, once we find a girlfriend or a new friends, once we move to a new country or a city. And while it's true you do feel better for a moment after getting those things, doesn't that good feeling vanish pretty quickly? And then you're stuck wanting something else, telling yourself you'll be truly happy if you can just get that next thing. Do you see a problem there? Yeah, I mean, this channel is about gaming, but the topic is bigger than gaming itself. I think the way we treat games and our objectives there mirrors how we treat our life goals in general as well. Because let's be real, no matter how often we say it's just a game, we still process experiences in a similar way, whether they happen on screen or in real life. I mean, even just words on a page, a story, a novel can make us feel as we're actually there. And if just words on a page can do that, if a simple story can pull us in so deeply, then why wouldn't the way we experience games reflect the way we experience life in general? That's why I think it's worth asking, what if we're playing everything wrong? Not just games, but life itself. What if we're focused on reaching the next step, the next achievement, that we're completely missing the point of being here at all? Think about it. When was the last time you played a game without a goal in mind? For me, that moment in Skyrim, that waterfall, felt strangely important, because in that stillness, for once, I wasn't thinking about what came next. I wasn't measuring my progress or planning my next move. And it was striking for me because when was the last time I wasn't thinking about the next thing to accomplish? And maybe that's the real problem. Maybe we're so caught up in trying to win life, in trying to reach some imagined finish line, that we forget there is no finish line, at least not the one we want to reach anytime soon. Games trick us into thinking there's always a next level, always a better reward just beyond our reach. And we eat it up because that's exactly how we've been conditioned to think in real life as well. Work harder, level up, unlock the next milestone, and repeat. But what if that's the wrong way to play? What if we don't really need to be constantly progressing, constantly chasing the next thing, constantly trying to optimize every moment? What if sometimes the best thing we can do is just stop? Well, not forever, not in a way that means giving up or doing nothing, but just long enough to actually feel the moment we're in. To let go of the need to get somewhere and just be there for a while, even if it's just staring at the waterfall in a video game. Better yet, what if we actually enjoyed what we already have instead of always fixating on what comes next? What if instead of waiting to be happy after we reach the next milestone, we appreciated where we are now? Our current home, our current life, our current situation, the friends, the girlfriends, or the people around us, while we're still working towards something better and bigger. And in the same way, why not actually use that legendary loot you worked so hard for in a game? Why not take those powerful weapons and go back to earlier areas just for the fun of it? See how much stronger you've become. Play around, break the balance, enjoy the feeling of being strong and powerful. Instead of running the same optimized farming route over and over, praying for that 0. whatever % drop, what if you just stopped grinding for a second? Wouldn't that be way more fun? And you know, it's funny how games can be both an escape and a mirror. We turn to them to break away from real life, yet we play them with the same mindset we carry in the real world. always chasing, always optimizing, always focusing on what's missing instead of what's already there. And I mean, I get it, it's hard not to think this way. It's hard to stop chasing progress when everything around us, from games to work to social media, even the way people talk about success tells us that being happy now isn't enough. That we have to do more, be more, get more. But maybe we just don't. Maybe we're allowed to pause, to stop farming, to stop optimizing, and to stop convincing ourselves that happiness is just one more level away. Because if we don't, if we keep living life like this, then when do we actually start enjoying any of it? Maybe the saddest part is that we don't even realize we're stuck in this loop. We tell ourselves this is just how it is, that life has to be about moving forward, about always improving, and about getting to that next step. Because if we stop, if we stand still, then what? We'll fall behind, we'll waste time, we'll lose. But lose what exactly? What if there is nothing to win? What if there is no grand scoreboard, no final achievement, no secret ending waiting for us if we just grind long enough? What if the point was never to reach something but to experience something? It's a terrifying thought because it forces us to rethink the way we live. If we accept that happiness isn't something we earn by working harder and achieving more, then what do we do? How do we fill our time? How do we justify just being? But maybe that's exactly what we need to unlearn. Maybe life isn't a speed run. Maybe we don't need to just constantly be min-maxing our own existence. Maybe we don't need to feel guilty for just enjoying something as it is. Think about it. What are some of the best moments in gaming for you? I bet they're the ones where you got lost, the ones where you stop and take in the world. The ones where you abandon the main quest to do something completely pointless, simply because it made you smile. And if those moments are what we remember in games, why wouldn't it be the same in life? So maybe the real lesson here is simple. Stop, look around, play for the sake of playing, live for the sake of living, and have fun in the journey, not the destination.